But first, we received a really delicate and personal question on Twitter. So earlier, Joyce and I had the opportunity to sit down as she answered this question. Well, Joyce, here's the question, and this is one of those that as soon as we saw it online, your heart just breaks for the person sharing this. And so we really wanted to do anything that we could to help her. Joni writes, locked in a room for 2 years by my mom, who was a heroin addict, and made to have sex with men to support her habit. How do you forgive?
Well, having had some similar situations, I can share what really helped me. And the one thing that really I remember helping me so much was when God put it on my heart to remember that hurting people hurt people. That hurting people hurt people. So her mother had a huge problem. It wasn't Joni's problem. It wasn't her fault. There wasn't something wrong with her. Her mother had a huge problem. Her mother had a huge problem. And I cannot imagine what it would be like to be addicted to heroin. But they say that it is one of the hardest drugs to get off of. And I guess when you're addicted to something like that, it just makes you do absolutely unspeakable things that you would never do otherwise. that it just makes you do absolutely unspeakable. And it really helped me when I realized that my father was hurting. He didn't appear to be hurting, but I found out later that he had actually been hurt in his childhood and that there was a background of incest that he was involved in even when he was young. And so I don't think that anybody, at least I don't think there's very many people that just get up every day trying to see how many people they can make miserable. I think that people just have problems, and sadly, a lot of times their problems end up hurting other people, and this is also very unique. When my dad finally did apologize to me, which was almost 40 years after the fact, he said, "I had no idea that what I was doing to you would hurt you so bad." So I think, let's just say that this girl's mother, she's in her pain, she's in her addiction. she probably, number one, never even considered what this was going to do long term to her daughter. I think sometimes when people are hurting themselves really bad, their own pain is so bad they don't even really know how to consider what their actions are doing.
Right.
I mean, you take an alcoholic father in a family or an alcoholic mother, they're so caught in their own trap of what they're going through that they probably don't even comprehend what that's doing to the rest of their family.
And that doesn't make it okay.
No, absolutely not.
But
It
it
doesn't make
helps
it
you
okay.
to have a different perspective.
It helps you to have a different perspective. And I guess the thing that I would just like to encourage Joni with is, yes, it's hard. It's hard to forgive somebody who's hurt you. But really, you're doing yourself a favor when you do that. And something that God showed me recently that actually was a line I heard in a movie that I really like is like, you only have to forgive one time. But if you're going to be angry and full of hatred, you have to do that every day, all day long, the whole rest of your life. And so I really pray for Joni and anybody else who needs this kind of an answer, that she'll do herself a favor You only have to forgive one time.